So after installing One UI 4 on pretty much a lot of my other devices, including my Galaxy S21, I'm trying to get on my Galaxy S10, I realized that my Galaxy S8 could have easily supported this software. And it just goes to show how beautiful and just how great of a phone this specific device is still in this day and age. Now, Galaxy S8, it stopped getting support a couple years ago actually with the first version of One UI. So this right here is the first version of One UI, and overall it's still pretty good, it's still pretty current. But when you actually go ahead and look at a device that has One UI 4 installed on it, you will see just how many similarities there are between these. The big thing that kind of jumps to your eye is this navigation bar. Now you can kind of disable it, but it's not really full-on gestures. One UI 2 brought full-on gestures. The difference between One UI 1 and One UI 4, I am surprised by how many similarities. The settings panel looks almost exactly the same. The update panel looks very similar. It's very, very interesting to see how a phone from 2017 could have still gotten the latest version of software. Now, build quality wise, the Galaxy S8 still feels and looks very, very good. You guys can see, USB Type-C, headphone jack, micro SD card slot, tremendous 1440p OLED screen, Super AMOLED display on the front. This is a very good build quality of a phone. It still feels very premium. Single camera static fingerprint sensor up here, kind of outdated, but still a very good, looking phone. The performance with this phone is still actually very good as well. It's not an extremely slow performing phone by any means. It definitely isn't as fast as it used to be. There's some glitched frames here and there, but some things when I'm going through, like as you can see, I'm opening up apps, I'm kind of maneuvering through the whole entire UI. It's actually not that bad of a performing device. It still looks and performs fairly well. Right there was a glitch. But when you look at the difference in the software standpoint, I look at some phones that are still supported with One UI, and I think this phone could rival some of those devices. So in my opinion, I think this was an artificial limit that Samsung put on to the Galaxy series early on, especially with the Samsung Galaxy S8, that this phone could have easily supported One UI 4. To give you some more perspective, here's my Galaxy S21 on One UI 4, and overall, it looks very good. You guys pretty much know, but when you look at these differences, even within the app panel, it's pretty much the same thing. The settings was the thing that really threw me off. I was not expecting the settings to pretty much look almost identical on both of these phones. So there's a lot of overlap. Of course, the Galaxy S21 is the faster one in pretty much every single area. But when I looked at the Galaxy S8 and I turned it on, I was pretty surprised how great of a phone this thing still is, and how this device, if Samsung really wanted to, how this device could have easily supported the next 3 versions of software. Like I said, this thing's One UI 1, we've since got One UI 2, One UI 3, and now that we're on One UI 4, somewhat officially on the Galaxy S21, I look at this phone and I'm like, wow, this phone could have easily supported the next version of software, and even the next one's a couple, on top of that. So ultimately, I love this phone. I think it has a lot of capability. I would have loved to have seen that next version of Android come for this thing, but it didn't. So it's very interesting to see how the latest software could have been supported on these super old phones, and this isn't even that old. It's like 4 years old or 5 years old at this point, barely almost, and that's a very good performing phone still for the most part. The software is the one thing that I really hate about it though, but that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.